Could your pedicure be setting you up for an unsightly foot problem? Well, this has nothing to do with disinfection, but it has to do with two common practices done at almost every pedicure that can potentially set you up for this unsightly problem. And this problem doesn't happen till weeks later, so you don't even realize that it's connected to your pedicure. So I'm going to be sharing those with you next, so stick with me. Hey everybody, it's Dr. Gaffney from Dr. Gaffney Best Foot here, helping you save time and money in your foot care decisions. So I want to say first off that most nail salons, they follow state regulations for disinfection, so the vast majority of them are safe. And that's really not what this video is about, but I'm just going to highlight two common practices they do that could set you up for this unsightly foot problem, and that unsightly foot problem is toenail fungus. So it's the thick yellow fungal toenail that is very difficult to treat, and if you treat it, there's very little treatments that are effective, and it takes a whole year for it to look better after you even get it treated. So the first way that a pedicure could potentially cause toenail fungus is the aggressive nature in which the pedicure cleans out the debris around the nail, under the nail, pushing back the cuticle. And the main way that you can get toenail fungus, or potentially get toenail fungus, is if you push back the cuticle. Now, the cuticle is an important piece of your toenail unit, and it's that piece of tissue that goes from the skin to the toenail, and its job is to keep fungus and bacteria out. So when that gets pushed back for aesthetics, it opens the door for that fungus and bacteria to get in there. So the best thing is not to have them do that. Just tell them not to push back your cuticle, and it'll go a long way to preventing toenail fungus. So if you happen to have onychomycosis or toenail fungus already, please see my videos on how to resolve toenail fungus, and I list all the treatments and they're all up to date, and you can check out my video on that. Okay, the second way that a pedicure could potentially cause toenail fungus is by painting it with toenail polish. So what the toenail polish does is it just traps that fungus on your nail, and on your toenails and on your skin there's bacteria and fungus that live in harmony with your skin, and usually they don't cause any problems. But if you create an environment for it to grow, it's going to take over. So that the toenail polish creates a great environment, dark, moist environment for the fungus to grow. So if you've ever left your toenail polish on for several weeks and you take it off and you see that yellow discoloration on the top of the nail, or those little white little plaques, and hopefully you can sand them off. But anyway, those white little plaques or that yellow discoloration is fungus setting up shop. And hopefully at that point you can sand them off. If you can't and they get in there and they're setting up shop, you got to go to your podiatrist, get it treated before it goes too far. Now, like I said, it takes about a year after treatment for the toenail to look good. So if you want some topical treatments to help it look good while you're being treated for toenail fungus, please see my video on that. If you're going for a pedicure, is maybe leave the toenail polish off. I know people love their toenail polish, so if you have to wear toenail polish, use an antifungal toenail polish. I'll have some links in the description of where to get that. I prefer no toenail polish at all for fungus prevention. But I mean, if you do have to leave it on, I wouldn't leave it on for more than 1 to 2 weeks, because fungus takes about 4 weeks to grow. So you got about 1 to 2 weeks before it starts multiplying and causing problems. So if you leave it on 1 to 2 weeks, like take it off, leave it off for a week or so, and then you could put it back on, but do not leave it on for more than 4 weeks, because that's when the fungus really starts to get rolling. And we have toenail polish on, you stick it in your shoes, it's like an incubator for fungus. So to prevent toenail fungus, do not push the cuticle back, leave the toenail polish off, or don't leave it on for more than 1 to 2 weeks at a time. And I hope this helps you prevent the grief of having to deal with toenail fungus, because it's so hard to get rid of. And thanks so much for watching. Please follow me for more foot tips, like and subscribe, leave me any comments, and we'll see you next time. Please see the full disclaimer in the description. This is not a doctor-patient relationship. This does not constitute medical advice, but is for informational purposes only.